cheer up my friends, will make you smile. Hit like and subscribe, please do this now. Let's have some fun, while we talk and share. Enjoy our show, we'll have a great time. Yay! The 1920's, let's celebrate them. We're going to a 20s party with some friends today. Come and join us as we have some fun. Let's go party and have some fun! Woo! Hi everybody, as you all know, 1920s, the hair was nice and curly. But anyways, I'm going to show you a really cool and easy way to have those wonderful curls. So here we go. First we're going to start off with just lightly dampening our hair. Just get a spray bottle and just go all over your head. Make sure your hair is just slightly damp, not saturated, but you know, slightly damp. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a part right in the middle. Okay. So the day before a function, or I should say the night before a function, you just start ahead, just do this, okay? So here we go. We first put this in like a headband. Okay. All right. And one part of the head, we're going to just basically hold this in place. Okay? There we go. All right. Let's do our curling. All right? This robe is going to be acting like a section of hair. Okay? You get your first section right in front, and you go up and around your robe tie. All right, and make sure it's tight. All right, now when you go around, you next pick up a little bit of hair from the front. All right, again, you go around the robe, nice and tight. You pick up another section of hair. All right, now go around, nice and tight. And you're going to do this again. And you just keep going. I'm going to keep doing this to this side, and I'll see you in a few minutes, everybody. Okay, I'm getting down to the end of this one side, and of course I ran out of hair, so you just keep twisting the remaining hair around the tie here. And just keep twisting and twisting and twisting. All right, now we have an elastic band, and we can just basically just put it at the end, and the tie can be in there. It's no big deal. I'll just do it one more time here. Cool. Now we're going to do this side now, and we just keep doing what we did to the other side. Okay, as you can tell, both sides are done. So now I'm going to just basically do a quick mist again. And I'm going to go to bed, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Well, good morning. It's the day of the show, and here we go. I already did one of my ties here. And now we just have to unwind our hair from the so-called robe here. And here we go. We just gotta keep unwinding our hair. As you can tell, look at the curls. Keep going, keep going. As you can tell, look at all the great curls. The nice thing about curling your hair with this is that you're not using like anything, with heat or any chemicals. I mean, look at the curls. Isn't that great? So, yeah, I mean, you can go as curly as this, or you can comb them out, have a nice wave, and that's it. So simple. Welcome to the Merri Show. Today is a very special show, 1920s. But I don't know if you remember a while ago in our Flamingo show, Ella mentioned about a very special surprise party.
Oh, yes.
And that party is a 1920s party, but also Ella's 60th birthday.
Oh, yes. I'm a 60-year-old grandma now, Merri.
Well, you certainly don't look it. I guess they say 60 is probably like the new 30 or 40 or whatever.
Oh, yeah. There's some truth to it. All those vitamins that we are taking, all the foods fortified with calcium and all that.
Well,
so
you look pretty good, Ella. I think, look at you. We both look so sexy. The sexiest grandma I know.
Oh, well, these outfits. That's a good one, Merri.
Well, we have some interesting tidbits. So, Ella, why don't you start?
Yes, but first of all, I'm going to have to say goodbye to fabulous 50s, because now I'm going to say welcome, sensational 60s. Yes. So now I'm going to really feel like a grandma. Yeah, like a sensational grandma.
So 1920s, we have some trivia. Why don't you get us started, Ella?
Oh, yes. So Merri and everybody, we know why they call the 20s the roaring 20s. And all that dancing and the flappers, they were revolutionizing the cosmetics, wear makeup. So the cosmetic companies started booming. And also, they were liberated. They felt as if, well, they were liberated. They were the ones who were liberated. Henry Ford. We all heard of Henry Ford. Oh yes, Henry Ford. He revolutionized business practices, and he gave employees a 5-day work week. So this way, he made sure that he made sure that every one of his employees owned a Model T car, and they were selling for as little as $300.
Wow.
Wow.
All right. Well, 1920, with the ending of World War I, a housing boom in Britain and the United States leads to an increase in home ownership. And talking about makeup, the famous and iconic Chanel No. 5 perfume was created by Coco Chanel. And the classic novel, The Great Gatsby, is published by American author F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Well, oh yes, I also wanted to touch on the subject of the Model Ts. So by Henry Ford, he was, as I said, was the greatest engineer of his era. And he introduced the assembly line workstations in 1913. And by 1920s, Ford made sure that half of the cars were Model Ts, and every 2 hours, a Model T car was rolling off the line. Every 2 hours, Merri.
Well, in 1924 was the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and it was held on November 27th, 1924.
1924, there you go.
And 1927, work begins on Mount Rushmore in the late 1920s, carving the faces of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. And it took nearly 15 years to complete.
So 1922 economy was in high gear economy. And President Harding was doing a terrific, according to he said that it's high time for Americans to have a normal life again.
Yeah.
And but afterwards, President Harding had a heart attack. God bless his soul.
Yes, definitely. In 1928, Amelia Earhart flies across the Atlantic Ocean as a passenger, becoming the first woman to do so successfully. And also, too, Walt Disney's famous Mickey Mouse cartoon characters appeared for the first time in Steamboat Willie.
Look at, even Mickey Mouse came to existence. Oh, wow.
So anything else?
Oh, yes. We all know who Charles Lindbergh was, and guess what? In the 1920s, he radiates the spirit of St. Louis. It was a custom-built airplane. It cost $10,000, and he was the first one. He was the first one to arrive in Paris, France, from St. Louis.
This now brings us to our next segment. We'll see you in a few minutes.
See you in a little bit. Guess what? I got myself a nice 20s wig, and I put the wig on, and I ended up looking like George Washington. I'm not kidding. Instead of a flapper. So now I modified my look, Merri, to look more like a modernized flapper. And I said, oh my gosh, if we do a George Washington show, I can put that wig on. But it's not white. It's they didn't have it for
President's Day.
Well.
Now for the cooking portion of our show. I'm making a lasagna. A lot of times people think when you make lasagna you have to boil your noodles. You really don't. So what I did was I first layered my pan with regular spaghetti sauce. You can make homemade or from the jar, whatever you prefer. And I basically put just the raw noodle like this. The thing when you do lasagna like this is you make it like the night before. And when you put it in your fridge, all the liquid from the sauce and everything soaks into the noodle. And the noodle becomes soft. So this actually eliminates the step of actually having to boil your noodles. So over here, as you can tell, I have my noodles here. And now I'm going to get my sauce. I make a nice sauce. I have to admit, I use ragu. But I also put hamburger and some regular seasonings, salt, pepper, garlic, oregano. And it's pretty good. So here we go. So now we're going to just layer this, and we're going to just spread it out over there. And keep spreading it over the whole pasta. You got to cover the whole pasta up here. Okay? And now, after you do that, the next thing you're going to do is put your ricotta cheese. And then you get your mozzarella. I like a lot of cheese. And then you repeat again with your dry pasta. And again, you put your sauce on. And you spread it through again. Again, the ricotta. Again, spreading the mozzarella. And again, the dry pasta. And for the last layer, all you just do is just the sauce and the mozzarella. And top it off with your mozzarella. So now we're all done putting the mozzarella, our last layer, and we're going to let it sit overnight. And by then the pasta will be nice and soft. And before we see Ella, we're going to put this in an oven. I usually like to do 375, and we can maybe cook this for about 40 minutes. And we'll see Ella tomorrow. Today we are making a chocolate lava cake recipe, and you make it actually in your crock pot. And so we're going to bring this to Ella's party in addition to the lasagna. And so it's a very simple recipe. All it is a box of chocolate. Devil's food cake. I couldn't find devil's food, so I got dark chocolate fudge. Pretty close. Anyways, so here we go. You follow the directions on the box. And then you get a box of chocolate instant pudding. Follow the directions on the box. And then you get your bag 12 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate tidbits. Alright, so here's the directions here. You mix all the ingredients according to the box instructions, and then you pour them right into the crock pot. You can just spray it with the cooking spray, or you want to use butter, or whatever, but just to make sure nothing sticks to the crock pot. So over here I got my cake mix. Such a simple recipe. With me moving, I don't really have bowls, so I'm using a pot, so excuse that. Okay, so now we got the chocolate cake in here, and we're going to just spread it nicely in here. And then the next thing, they want you to layer this. They do not want you to mix anything. So here we get our chocolate cake. Next, we're going to layer this, and we're going to put the pudding in. So here we go. I got my pudding, instant pudding, and now we're going to put that right on top, not mixed in, remember. I'm going to just spread it evenly. Just being careful not to mix anything though. Now the next ingredient, I should say the last ingredient, is our chocolate tidbits. And then a 12-ounce bag. I have a 24, so we're only going to just use just a half a bag here. So I'm basically going to just cut it in half this way, and we're going to sprinkle it right on top. Okay, there you go. And then, after this, you're going to cook this on high for 2 to 2.5 hours. And that's it. It's so simple, and it is delicious. With some whipped cream. Anyways, we'll see you in a while. Bye-bye. Guess whose birthday it is? It's Miss Ella's.
Wow, I can't believe, Merri, I'm going to be celebrating sensational 60. And this flapper's a little older over here, and this is the fabulous 50s.
You just say you're 32 times.
There you go.
So
Great way of looking at it.
Cheers, my dear friend. Cheers to you, audience. Welcome to the food portion. Ella?
Oh, yes. We have such terrific food over here. Everything's homemade. My husband made Bigos. That's cabbage with spare ribs and kielbasa and carrots, and then you name it. I don't know what else he put in there. He's a professional chef.
I can't wait to try that.
He's a professional chef. He knows how to make these things.
Ooh.
And I made for everybody St. Joseph's recipe. Remember what I said? Sweet and sour kielbasa.
Yeah.
And my favorite, over here we have my favorite vegetarian.
This is my lasagna with
I
the meat.
made a mistake. That's a game. That's my
And then that
That's her favorite one.
Looks identical almost.
Yeah, and this is my favorite vegetarian dish, and that's the eggplant
And
parmesan.
I've been eating these eggs, and they're just wonderful.
I made stuffed eggs, so half of them already gone.
Yes, so we'll see you in a minute.
I just love babies. They're so beautiful. My friend's daughter has such a beautiful baby. He's adorable. Ooh, look at him. Looks like he's getting tired.
And he's getting ready to sing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I guess I better make a wish, right?
Yeah.
So who's singing? I'm supposed to sing too?
No. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Ella.
Oh,
Happy birthday to you.
Okay, gotta make a wish. Okay, well, my wish is for COVID to disappear and life to be. Well, that's okay. Now that I'm 60, I can tell my God. My wishes are told now. Now that I'm 60, I can tell my wishes. And I want for all my friends and all my family members all over there, all over the world, in Europe and over here, and all our viewers to be healthy and happy and safe, and COVID to disappear. There, that's my wish. Whoa! Sensational 60s, and I wanted to have the auburn wig, but they sold out, so I went with this one. Well, for Cleopatra, I already have I'm going to be a brunette. So take care, everyone. Bye. Oh, yeah. Say goodbye. See you later, alligator. Say. He's 1920 quotes, Ella. Okay, yeah. A hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. This is by Langston Hughes. Merri?
All right. Well, next one's a very good one. Be happy. It's one way of being wise. And I hope I say it right. Sedoni Gabriel Houellette.
And one more quote, Merri, here. So, quote, a day without laughter is a day wasted. And that's by Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, cute.
I like these quotes.
They're very cute. Well, thank you for joining us today. And remember to like and subscribe, and please comment. Your comments mean so much to us. And also to push that icon for the notification bell so you won't miss the next exciting video from Merri.
So take care, everyone, and stay safe.
That's all, folks.